as the city's 60-day stay limit nears. Mayor Eric Adams signed that order back in October. He said it's designed to relieve New York's overwhelmed shelter system. Families will have the opportunity to reapply for housing under the city's right to shelter law, but they could be moved far away from their current location, away from schools or potential employment. Chicago Mayor Brandon Johnson signed a similar ordinance for our city last month. The city's poised to start evictions here in January.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. So my name is Samantha. My fever has finally broken, you guys. I legitimately ran fever for 5 days. So I'm out of bed, feel much better. I'm gonna take it slow today, jump right back into my normal life come Monday morning. Today's video is a little on the serious side, and it's something I need you to really think about. Now, some of you live in cities, some in suburban areas, and some in rural areas. And defending and protecting each one of those types of areas is very different. My biggest concern for you is this: winter is here. And along with it, millions of undocumented aliens from around the world are here with it also. Now, my concern for you is this: food costs are going to increase, all right? I firmly believe we're going to see another pandemic hit sometime in 2024 with draconian lockdowns nationwide again. And my concern is that as food costs increase and people are locked down wherever they are at that moment, and money runs out for these migrant cities, and they realize, these sanctuary cities realize, we can't house these people, they're going to put them on the streets, more so than they're doing now. Now, what does that look like for you, and what does that look like for me? Well, obviously, it's going to look a little different. I live in a very small, densely separated community. We all own acreage. We see each other, but we can go weeks without speaking because of the distance between us. What does it look like for you? Think about your neighborhood. How close are your neighbors, and are they dependable? Do you even know who they are? So today's video, we're going to talk real quick about a few things that you can do to secure your family's safety. Now, I see a lot of YouTubers doing these videos. You need to do this right now into the world. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm not into that. I'm trying to wake you up, and I need to ask you a couple of things. First off, what would be the easiest way to get someone out of a building or a home if they have themselves barricaded inside of it? I hope most of you realize the answer to that. Fire. The easiest way to get anything or anyone out of a building is simply catch it on fire. So please don't assume because you live in a high rise or you live in an apartment building or a multi-level home or condo or hotel that you are safe the higher up you are. You're actually less safe. So I need you to make sure that you know how to get out of your building or your home in a fire situation. Second off, what are your exit routes out of your city? What if subways are down? What if all transit is down? What if using your vehicle is not an option? How are you going to get you, your family, and your pets out of the city or the suburbs? Here in the country, there's nowhere to go. This is the hill we die on. We're set up to survive anything where we are currently located. My neighbors, same mindset. We literally have a community of people here that will die on this hill. We're like ticks. We're not going anywhere. So having said that, most of you are not in that situation. So I want to help you understand that you can secure for you and your family safe passage through and out of cities and suburban areas to you where you are more safe. Because hear me now, there's fixing to be a huge mass migration of illegals across this country. And I'm telling you, the money's going to run out. Because as they continue to print money to give to them, our inflation is going to keep going up. Food is going to become more and more scarce. What a lot of people don't understand is quite a bit of agriculture is done in South America. But when you have millions of farm workers leaving and coming to America, who's growing the food? And since America loves to be fair and import so much of its food, it's going to leave us in a food bind, okay? Because I'm telling you, between the Ukraine and Russia, a lot of the grains that are used for cattle and for feed, like for rabbit feed and chicken feed, it all comes from that part of the world. And we have seen prices go up on feed costs because we can't get those grains right now. So supply and demand. Less of it means it costs more. So the countries that are growing those feeds are getting more money for them. And you are paying for the difference, which is why you see Stephen and I learning to make our own feed, learning to grow our own cover crops that can then be turned into feed for our livestock. You have to get ahead of what's coming. So my question is, how are you going to get you and your family out of the city? Now, a lot of people have never thought of it. In your mind, you're going to walk out your house, you're going to get into your vehicle, and you're going to drive out of the city. It's not going to work like that. You're either going to get carjacked, you're going to run out of gas, your tires are going to get blown, or someone's literally going to get you snarled up in a traffic jam. So I'm just curious. Now, my next thing would be to tell you, learn how to defend yourself. But please hear me now. If you have never in your life used firearms, if you didn't grow up with them and you don't have time to properly train with them, please don't go buy one. Because that makes you one of those people that are going to accidentally hurt the wrong person. It's going to look bad on the rest of us. Here in the South, the majority of people have been raised around guns. We don't accidentally point guns at people, and we are not those people that are committing these mass shootings in schools or anything else. We understand what a firearm can do. In my case, if you're someone like me who's been raised with guns, I'm going to encourage you to get more and go ahead and get your ammo now. Pick up a couple extra firing pins and springs and things that are hard to come by. Put them up so that you can fix your own guns. Yes, it's literally fixing to get that bad. Now, my husband and I talk about this all the time. We don't prep to where we have years and years of food stored here. Here is why. The chances of us being able to hold on to what we have by ourselves are slim. You need a community to protect the community. If you don't have that, if it's just you by yourself on a piece of property or a small group of people, you can be overwhelmed. A larger group of people can move in and simply take from you through sheer force of numbers what you have. So there's no point in spending all your money and time and prepping for years and years and years simply because you're not going to be able to hold on to it. You need no more than a 3-month supply of food and water. At that point, you guys, if things have not settled down, we're going to be looking at things a whole lot different than temporary planning. We're going to be in the middle of an actual civil war. And at that point, all bets are off and survive however you need to survive. And I literally mean that. Survive however you need to survive. Stephen and I are going to be writing a book here real soon about how to start your homesteading dream. A very simple book. I wish a book I could have found when I started instead of all the ones I did find. And we've got some big things on our plate. We're going to be working on a documentary on small livestock, small acreage, rotational grazing with sheep and chickens. We're going to be documenting the soil test from that and how it's going to help us grow more nutritious food at greater volume on smaller acreage. Because that's the thing. This is what I have in my hands to work with, 2 acres. So I have to make it on 2 acres. I don't sit around going, well, God, if you would just let me have a couple more acres, I could do this. That is a waste of my energy. So I focus on what I have in my hands, and that is 2 acres. And I am faithful with that small 2 acres. And when you are faithful with little, God sees He can give you the much. So guys, look at what you have in your hands. Start figuring out how you can use that to produce secondary income. Money is important, but you cannot eat it. You can't. You can't. I've told y'all that 1,000 times. I've been in too many natural disasters here in Southeast Louisiana, and I have realized that people walk around with a wad of money in their pocket. They're just as hungry and thirsty as the rest of us, because money doesn't buy you anything when there's nothing to be bought. So prepare in a different way. Pray about it. Whatever the Holy Spirit puts on your heart, do it. You can't do everything, but you can build a group of like-minded individuals around you. All right, say that you're not comfortable with guns, but you know that your neighbor is. Maybe you're just an easygoing person that is really good at growing and canning foods. Talk to your neighbor. In an emergency, I provide food for you. You provide protection for me. You swap and you trade your gifts and your abilities. Okay? We can do this. But do I believe that America is literally in a silent invasion right now? Yes. Yes, I do. The first shot has not been sounded yet. But I think that in 2024, we're going to hear the first shot. We're going to know that the war started. And we're literally going to be caught up with our pants down. The most Americans will be caught with their pants down. And I say that because I watch these TikToks of people in New York just walking by the migrants with their headphones in, looking at their cell phones, ignoring these people like they're not there. Hundreds of them, thousands of them, fighting age men. When that shot goes off, you'll be the first ones they take out because you are not aware of your surroundings. The elephant has been in the room for so long, people aren't even trying to sweep it under the rug anymore. They're just walking around it. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm not good at ignoring things. It's a problem, and it's coming to a town near you. And I hope this video helps put your mind in the right frame. You are responsible for you. There will be no military coming to save you. There will be no local police department coming to save you when this pops off. You are going to be responsible for protecting you and yours. So if you're in a city, you need very lightweight bug out bags. 15, 20 pounds max for adults, 10 for kids. Know how you're going to get out of the city on foot? Get yourselves in shape and get ready for it. Because that day is coming, you guys. God bless y'all. I'm still wheezing, so I'm going to go lay down for a little bit. I'm hoping to make it to church tonight. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
During a catastrophic situation, it's hard to know ahead of time what the road conditions will be or how bad things are outside. The original route you plan to take to go to your bug out location may not be safe to pass through it, or it could be completely impassable. In this situation, what will you do? Do you have a contingency plan or an alternate route to go to your location? What if that route is compromised as well? These are just some of the questions you will need to answer while preparing for your escape route. To help you with your preparation, we'll discuss these 7 things. Number 1, preparing for the bug out situation. Number 2, exit stages you should expect. Number 3, planning the bug out route. Number 4, keeping your plane confidential. Number 5, public transportation. Number 6, personal transportation options. And finally, number 7, away from danger but still not safe.